Good afternoon, everyone. How you doing today? Michael Zuber, one rental at a time. And I got to admit, I was watching a Grant Cardone video this morning talking about what he's learned from other successful people, kind of 10 rules about getting your money right. And it got me thinking. As many of you know, I am right at the tail end of getting a second book published. The second book is a collection of 15 successful real estate investors' stories. We've broken them down. We've talked about them. We've captured people from all different extremes. And I think it is going to be a very helpful book. But what I did with that, plus my own experience, obviously captured in one rental at a time, is I wanted to think about my 10 rules, the 10 rules that I've lived by, the 10 rules that I think have helped the other investors and other multimillionaires that we talk to weekly on this channel. So what I did is a quick 1 through 10. I did the best I could to put them in order. You could argue that some of them could be in a different order, but let me bring them up. Let me give you my 10 rules to get your money right. All right, let's make this a little bigger. Okay, so here we go. We will move my picture out of the way. So number one, I've said this many times. It is a core component of my $99 course, Get Your Money Right. It's, do you know where you are today? I think too many people that are thinking about a better financial future are on this road or journey, but they don't even really know where they are. So what I want you to do is, do you have a freedom number? And for most of you, it's not $2,000 or $5,000 or 10 grand. It's some number. It's $4,312.56, or something very specific. 5,000 or 10,000 or 20,000. Those are round and frankly very lazy numbers. Right? In the beginning, I want you to be very specific. You can change your number later, but let's get specific. Look at your bills. Get into the details. Do the basic math. Next, do you know what your budget? So many of us live hand to mouth, if you will, paycheck to paycheck. Have you really ever taken the time to look at your budget? Look at what you spend? Do yourself a favor. It's the beginning of September. Write down a number of how much you think you're going to spend and then track it. Most of you will be off. Most of you will be surprised to the wrong side. And then finally, something that I bring to bear, something I talk about that many people don't, is need versus want. You need to take care of your needs. It's the wants that get us in trouble. I want this. I want that. I want this. I want that. It's consumerism. It's what the American economy is built on. It's why credit cards exist. It's why buy now, pay later on Amazon freaks me out. It's why you have car loans at 60 or 85 or whatever they are, 90 months. People are just, man, they're teasing. They are having you sell your future time and you don't even know it. So the number one step for me is, folks, let's figure out where we are. We can't know where we're going until we know where we are. To go somewhere, you have to start somewhere and go somewhere. So I need you to take inventory of where you're at. And that's a big part of that Get Your Money Right course. Number two, I want to challenge you. I want to challenge you. I want you to document your expenses. And then I want you to lower them 10%. If 10% proves easy to you, and some of you it will be easy, some of you it will be remarkably hard. But for some of you, it's a layup. Let's get uncomfortable. If 10% is easy, go for 20. I told you many a times that Olivia and I went from spending 100% of our income to spending 50%. Some of that's because our income went up a little and we didn't expand our lifestyle, but most of that was cutting. Needs versus wants. We took care of our needs, but none of our wants for quite a while. Number three, do you have a 6-month emergency fund? If we learned anything over the last 14 or 16 months, surprises happen. And maybe they don't happen to you, but maybe they happen to a loved one or a friend or someone, and you just need a couple of dollars. Do you have 6 months put away? I'm not sure. I don't know if this was Susie Orman or Dave Ramsey or whoever brought it up first, but I think a 6 month reserve or emergency fund is a good idea. I think this was really, really brought to bear in the last year or so. And again, surprises happen. I want you to be ready. If a surprise happens and somebody needs $1,000 for some kind of life-saving surgery, yeah, you want to have it, right? So again, do you have 6 months put away? Here's one that you probably would never hear me say. I want you to have no debt. That's good or bad debt over 6% today. Some of you have home loans that you bought maybe a decade ago where the rate's above 6%. That's just dumb. You can go do a refi today. You could actually refi it at a lower rate and cut off terms. I get it. Some of you don't want to start the clock over again. Well, some of you don't realize that mortgages today have lots of options, right? So if you're at year 12 of a 30-year mortgage and your rate's 6.5, and you're like, Michael, you don't get it. I only have 18 years left. Here's the deal. Go refi the loan, no cash out, cut the interest rate in half. Instead of having 18 years left, you would probably have 13 or 14 years left. Go refi and lower the time. If you want to do that, it's fine. You could do rate and term and lower your payment, whatever that is. No debt over 6% today, good or bad debt. Lots of people talk about bad debt and credit cards and this, car loans and that. I don't want you to have any debt today over 6%. Money is super cheap. I got a non-QM, which is a non-bank lender, to lend me 30-year money at 3.99%. I cannot fathom how cheap money is today. Don't pay over 6% for any debt. If you are, refi out, restructure something. You need to increase your day job. For some of you, that might mean commission or bonuses or stock. For some of you, that might mean quitting, changing jobs. We have real wage inflation today. If you are getting increased wages of $1, you could probably quit and go to a competitor and get $4 or $5. It's just where we're at today. Wage inflation is real. We have at least 10 million openings and not enough people to fill them. Increase your day job income. Now is the time. Now is the time. Many of you need to start a side hustle. For me, this was real estate. Then it became books. Then it became YouTube. But for many of you, you need a side hustle. Find something you are passionate about and see what you can do with that. Could you write a book? Could you start a channel? Could you teach others about it? It has never been easier than to create a side hustle. And oh, by the way, talk to your CPA, but a side hustle is a business, and a business allows you to write off expenses. How would you like to write off your internet? How would you like to write off your cell phone? These are things that, based on your business, you may be able to write off. Again, talk to a CPA. It will depend on your business. But yes, go create a side hustle and also take expenses against your top line, not after taxes. Number 7, you need to be buying hard assets that produce income. Assets that just sit there like a big lump of silver. This is actually 1 kilogram of silver I bought in 2012. Yeah, it just sits there, doesn't produce income. Looks pretty. It's a big paperweight on my desk. But again, buy assets to produce income. Ideally, buy it with 30-year debt. 30-year debt today is ultra cheap. Inflation protection. Debt's the same. Rents go up. Life is good. Real estate, single-family homes, place to be. Don't be afraid to sell when it's overpriced. Something you may not have picked up in this book. This book, One Rental at a Time, which is our story to financial freedom. Right about, I don't know, 6-7 years into the business, we did 1031 exchanges. We sold houses and bought apartments because houses were overpriced. I did the reverse in 19. We sold houses, or I'm sorry, we sold apartments and bought houses. My ideal timeline to own houses is forever. But if anybody wants to overpay and makes it unaffordable, I will gladly sell. Ideally do a 1031 exchange, but if it's not possible, then sell. Number 9, this is an important one. I'm a big believer in daily discipline, leading by example. That's why we do 5 videos a day, every day, 7 days a week. I want you to know that this plan, this 10 steps I'm on, is at least a 5-year commitment. 5-year commitment gets you to a better financial future without question. 5 to 10 years could get you to financial freedom. Better financial future is easy. Financial freedom is hard. And then lastly, as you've learned in the most important video I've released earlier today, talking about the most important video, you need to learn how to recycle capital. Look how you can take 10 grand and make it 20 grand in about 10 years. If you can do that over and over and over and over again, life gets really good. The recycling capital is where this is at. It's really where it turbocharges everything. So again, I believe all of you can do all of these steps. I don't think any of these are particularly hard. If you want to, somebody to lead you by example, I'm here for you. Get Your Money Right course is $99. How to get started 1 rental at a time is $299. If you do want to secure 30 minutes of my time, I finally have a mentoring option. It is $599 because I sell 30 minutes of my time with that. So we can talk one-on-one if that is a desire. All links are below. Plenty of student interviews, all stuff going on. If you don't have the money, no big deal. Watch me on YouTube. We do at least 5 videos a day, or what is that? 5 times 7, 35, more than 35 videos a week for sure. So have a wonderful time. Get your money right. Let me know where you're at. Buy the courses. If you do buy the real estate course, might as well join the Facebook group. Nearly 1,000 people in there. Let's get around 1,000 other positive people. Bye.